Hello, good evening, and namaste to all. I'm Dimple Verma, founder WizRobo, where we prepare future-ready children. Today is 8th of November, National STEM Day, and we are excited to celebrate this day. Today is actually an opportunity to focus on creating awareness and helping children advancing in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Understanding and creating this understanding around STEM. It's a big topic of conversation today during our first series of podcasts on this STEM Day. A very warm welcome to our special guest, Namya Joshi, who is a wonder kid, Rashtriya Bal Puraskar awardee, STEM mentor, and yes, the list goes on and on. Yes, Namya, I hope you are excited to be here today. Please introduce yourself.
Sure. Thank you so much, Dimple ma'am, for having me here. It's a lovely opportunity for me to be on your first episode and talk about STEM and on this special occasion that is the National STEM Day. So about myself, I am a grade 10 student at Satpal Middle School in India, and I'm 15 years old, turning 16 in a few days. Also the official Minecraft student ambassador by Microsoft. Inspired by my own motto, each one teach 10, I've spent the last 4 years designing and delivering free of cost coding workshops for more than 15,000 teachers, young people, especially girls in India and all over the world, as well as empowering other young people to run their own coding clubs and start their own ventures as well. I've raised awareness about social issues using game-based learning with STEM to provide solutions to the problems that we face in the humanity, and also give my bit in empowering student voice, choice, and agency through Minecraft, TED Talks, my book, Each One Teach and the Journey Continues, my podcast that is hashtag Each One Teach 10, an amazing world of STEM, entrepreneurship, STEAM, and my motto, Each One Teach 10.
Wow, awesome. And that too at such a tender age. I'm sure your parents will be so proud of you. And I think you're not even making them proud, but it is about me, your teachers, your family, your siblings. I'm sure everyone is proud of you. So that's really great, Namya.
Thank you, ma'am.
So Namya, I really wonder how you entered this world of STEM. I couldn't get that what excited you to be a part of this community and evolve gradually as such a great innovator.
That's a really lovely question, ma'am. So, coming into the world of STEM had a few steps for me, but the first one came from game-based learning. So that was all when I was in grade 5. I used to see like people in my classroom getting bored of just studying through, text-based lesson plans or not or having a very monotonous study routine, and they wanted to have a change. And also, we had this workshop conducted at our school for teaching the teachers about Minecraft. So that's how I thought, like, I used to play Minecraft for fun that time. But I thought that if we can teach teachers about Minecraft, then teachers could use that as a tool for classroom engagement. And I created my first lesson in grade 6, the beginning of grade 6. And I shared that with my history teacher. And the word was the Egyptian civilization. So instead of just using, the text-based lesson, she used that word. And to my surprise, I could see the difference instantly. That everybody was getting more engaged because first it's a game, and second, it was Minecraft. Like according to the trend, people are loving Minecraft a lot. And like as there are more games evolving now, we can use those as well when it comes to game-based learning. That was one reason. Another one is like we see very less girls coming forward in the STEM fields. Like even the ratio between men and women in STEM fields is very surprising. So even if like girls are aware about these things, there is very less motivation for them to come forward. So that was another reason that I wanted to enter the STEM world, to motivate them to come forward, because I believe that everybody is equal. It's not like only girls have to dominate the field. We need to have an equal balance. That was second reason, and the third is working on the SDGs. The Sustainable Development Goals and the STEM field is having a very broader aspect, as well as when it comes to change makers these days being very passionate about the SDGs. So if we can use STEM-based education with science and maths concepts, with the SDGs, with visual learning, that will help a lot to, teach students about the real world applications, that will help them to build skills, because what we learn in the early years of our life go ahead with us forever. So it's really important that we learn about creativity, critical thinking, communication, collaboration, along with 21st century skills. That are the three reasons that motivated me to come forward in the STEM fields, for which I have my own podcast as well, that is all about STEM and game-based learning.
Awesome, Namya. And that is the one reason you are there today on my first series of podcasts. I think you actually, it's in sync with our vision, what we are trying to achieve at Vizrobo. So, yeah, I'll definitely talk about this STEM gap, especially in women and, girls. But before that, I would also like to ask you that, what do you think is the right age of, getting into this STEM world? And how do you think that, we can bring this awareness probably to parents or educators, or how do we actually motivate young minds to get into this?
Sure, ma'am. I'd love to answer that. So, like in an era when the technical and scientific skills are very important and the importance is increasing day by day, it is very important that the children are exposed to STEM learning in the early years. That's the key. And like STEM, I believe, is part of our life because it's science, technology, engineering, maths. It's everywhere. But if I give like real life examples, cutting a cake, it has maths because we have fractions in it. When we see the patterns on trees, it's all about the Fibonacci series. Or when we're playing with dust or sand, we can see the colors of the sand. Or when we're doing coloring, we can see different kind of colors that we are doing or using. So all in all, play matters, and that's how play is very much linked with STEM in real life. And when it comes to awareness, I say like Viz Robo itself is a great example of using technology, robotics, and bringing up STEM-related activities for all kinds of ages, and children making their own robots, drones. They're learning about so many different skills, and they themselves are learning how to solve problems, because STEM in its own way is a great example of problem solving or creativity or thinking of different aspects, how to bring out creative solutions. Or when it comes to parents, I believe like regular orientation is very important, and here schools play a crucial role, and like awareness programs to parents before integration of such activities in the school curriculum is very important. So that's when I'd like to talk about the USP of our school, Satpal Middle School, because before the program is integrated for students, our principal, Mrs. Bhupinder Gokia, always orients that with the parents first. And regular showcase by students is also done by, showcasing what students have made to the parents, so that they can see that the students are learning at the school about STEM. And it's not just like when it comes to STEM, we have medical field or non-medical field. Even if you are taking physics with economics and arts, then also the child can pursue a bright field in STEM, because seeing in today's scenario, even the humanities field is very open, because we can choose any combination if it comes to the STEM fields. So I believe like awareness is very important. Like I talked about through WizRobo, through schools, and STEM art can be used in any age. There's no right age for that because it's being done and we're just seeing it every day. But when we think about it through STEM way, then we can think, oh yeah, we have done that, but we never thought it as a STEM activity.
I completely agree to what you are sharing, Namya, and I think our audience will also agree to that. Coming on to our, discussion, what we was discussing about the STEM gap, particularly for women and girls. With Vizrobo also, as I mentioned, I being the founder, female founder, I was also struggling really hard to push girls into it. Even if we see the statistical data also, only 28% of the women, which has eventually increased in last, we can say, 4 to 5 years. But how do you see this STEM gap and what do you feel how we can actually bridge this and what measures or steps we can take so that, more and more girls or women should come forward and get into this initiative?
That's a really important question that we must talk about, especially like being National STEM Day. So I totally agree on that part that only 28% are when it comes to the workplace for women and men. There's just 28% of women in the STEM field. And day by day and year by year, they're increasing thanks to the lockdown. Like we can see more ventures of women entrepreneurs coming forward, especially in the STEM fields as well. People, especially women, have started creating their own workplaces in STEM as well. But we still have to start improving that so that it can become equal. So herein, I think the most important thing is like girls are creative, like that's scientifically proven that they're more creative. But the thing that lacks, like I said before, is motivation. So if the motivation is there, then they can be motivated to take part in competitions. Because even I was motivated by my own teacher to start creating lessons and to start sharing with people. And that's how educators should motivate the girls as well to come forward in the STEM fields. Because it should not be that every time it's just like having girls are not given the opportunities. It's not like that. They are given, but they have to be motivated as well to come forward in the fields. So I think there should be a thing like exposing young girls to STEM, because if young girls and boys together are exposed to STEM equally, they can study those disciplines and those interest fields at the same time, and like that will help them develop interest equally. So I believe like it's not just like we have to focus on just the girls; it has to be equal because that's how we have gender equality, but we need to focus where girls are not given opportunities to be given, and if they're given, to motivate them to come forward.
Absolutely right, Namya. I think you shared a valid, point that somewhere, maybe we have to push girls. And yes, as you mentioned, girls are creative and, I think not getting biased with girls, but yes, I think definitely they can do wonders and they can prove their mettle. Yes. So definitely, I think we are very soon not going to hear this statistical data. And I'm sure in times to come, this gap will be bridged soon. And I'm sure, you must be thinking of doing some campaigns, or maybe as since you are doing a lot of podcasts, you are at a platform where you are trying to bring this awareness and teach. So probably we think that probably you can also take this initiative to encourage more and more women and girls into this.
Yes.
That's good. Coming on to next, Namya, I would really like to understand that how your parents and, how as a family, what type of contribution they are, doing or how they are helping you? Is it that you manage all things on your own? How do you actually balance your activities with your academics? And with, are you a social person? Because this is the age which is a teenager. I feel everyone, likes to hang out, do party, friends. So how does that goes on?
So, like when it comes to balancing studies and extra activities, so since I'm in grade 10, like before that, it always used to be one activity per day, but now I've kept it to like two or three at max in a week because I have the board class. So both are important. It's not like I've completely left them, but I'm doing them, but not every day, so that I can focus on both things equally, so that I have that yes, I studied as well as did the activities. So for that, I have a checklist every day. I use Microsoft to write my checklists, and every day I'm writing the things from top priority. That what am I supposed to do? Like before, usually we have the school till 3 o'clock. So after that, I'm writing my checklist that I have to study these things, and here are my extra, my important stuff as well, for my own ventures. So I'm able to balance that, and like talking about the other thing that you talked about, like parties and all, I don't go to any. Like it's just like when it comes to my dearest friends. Like I recently went to my dearest friend's a birthday party, just like that. Otherwise, I do not go to any like that. But it's always good to hang out with your friends in school in the breaks, talk with them, who are not in your class, or like especially in the sports period. I love to play basketball, so I'm able to meet many of my friends in sports period as well. So that's how I love to hang out with my friends in school.
That is great. And how your parents are, contributing and supporting you?
My parents are, I must say, the most important pillars in my life, along with my school, my grandparents as well. So they have been able to motivate me all along my entire journey. So if it comes to my mother, I've always had this motivation from her that never give up and keep on continuing on your path. Even if you're at the worst stage, don't give up, because you should reflect back on why you started and then start again. And about my father, he always motivates me to keep on innovating, because innovation never stops. Even if you've made the best thing in the world, there's still room of improvement. So they've always been motivating me all the time to continue. And whenever there are some things that I could improve upon, they always come up ahead and give me suggestions. And I love to take those.
That is great to hear that, your parents are your biggest pillar of strength. I'm sure it should be for every child. So yeah, Namya, what exactly you aim for? What is, what you are looking for to be in future?
In future, I believe I would still like to be the one who I am right now, being humble and kind to everyone, and keep on continuing with what I'm like doing. That is talking about each one, each 10, and like, because here my purpose is just to focus upon having people focusing upon education, and not just education of classroom study, but helping people to understand that it is important to teach people. The more you share your knowledge, the better it is, because that's how you can enhance your own knowledge as well, because little knowledge is a dangerous thing, so you must keep on sharing, and that's how you gain as well. And besides that, I have another thing in mind, that is starting my own startup. I've been working upon it. It's called Curry Catalyst, Quality Over Quantity. And this is basically an app and website that is talking about SDG for quality education. It's around it. And herein, the issues that I've worked upon are the age-old textbook learning practice, as well as, once the lesson plan is created, it is redistributed. So creating activity calendars for new schools require a lot of work, and only, a few students are aware about profile building and different opportunities. So through this app, I would like, at a website, I would like to work upon certain areas like skill-based learning, providing interactive and engaging lesson plans to teachers, providing thematic and integrated activities, giving out resources to students and profile building, as well as university requirements for formats like LORs, or suggest competitions, internships, etc. So the focus is helping students to practically and interactively enhance their cognitive skills as well as optimize their brain power. It also will help to empower the youth to develop a 21st century mindset and focus more upon the quality of education rather than the quantity of education.
That's wonderful, Namya. It's giving me goosebumps to hear about your future goals and, your career plans. So that's really great. And we really wish you all the best. And I'm pretty sure that you will rock and achieve your goals as well.
Thank you, ma'am.
While coming to the end of our podcast, Namya, I would just like to ask you, probably on this National STEM Day, what message you would like to give to young minds? What do you think? Maybe one piece of advice you would like to share?
Sure, I'd love to do that. So I'd always say that keep on sharing your knowledge. Each one teach 10. Use tech for good. And in the end, I would like to conclude by saying that age or gender is not a barrier to change the world. When we inspire young people to pursue careers in STEM, we can break through the ceiling. Because I was inspired by an incident, and who knows that you also might be inspired by one small incident. And if you understand that incident can help you to change the world, and you have faith and belief in that, then you'll be able to see magic happening in your life.
Very nice, Namya. I think our audience and our young minds, those who are watching us, are surely inspired by your thoughts, by your activities and your achievements, which will actually help them, get into this world of STEM. So thank you so much, Namya, for being our special guest and contributing to WizRobo's mission of empowering young minds with STEM skills on this National STEM Day. So stay tuned to our podcast series where we are encouraging young innovators to come and share their innovative stories. Thank you so much, Namya. Take care.